world unite. It's time to war, to fight the fight against the puppet masters pulling strings. We'll strip away the power, hear our piercing screams. Yeah, we won't be silenced anymore. We break free from the chains that they adore. Stand tall, unrigging the game we rise. We'll bring reality from their lies. Unrig the game, unleash the fury.
Say his name and he appears.
This is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Greetings and welcome to Unrig the Game. How are you doing? So happy to have you here this evening. Hope you all are doing and living well. Tonight is the first night of our fourth book, Big Intel by J. Michael Waller. I'm excited. Hope you guys are too. We're gonna have a great time. Thank you to all of our YouTube members scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for supporting the channel, and also thank you to Shelly and Wolfram for supporting us over on Rumble as well with the memberships over there. Of course, I'm broadcasting live on YouTube, Rumble, and X. And this is the kickoff show. What we do here is we talk for a little while on the kickoff show to cover our topics of the day, or topics that have to do with the book or anything like that. And then we hop off YouTube and go exclusively to Rumble and X for our feature presentation, which is chapters 1 through 3 of Big Intel by J. Michael Waller. My Beginning, that's what it's called. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. If you guys remember, I did do a stream with J. Michael Waller being interviewed by Tucker Carlson, titled Deep State's Plans for 2024. Very enlightening. Great stream, great interview. And that stream actually passed its viewing date, has done really well. It's actually picked up some steam here and there every now and then. So it's done pretty good. But that was a great interview. And that's where I got the idea to put this book on the list. And we did listen to the intro last time on Unrig the Game at the end of the show. And I'm excited. The intro got me very excited for this, and I'm looking forward to it. If you happen to catch the Rumble trailer, you saw a little bit more about that. Let me say hello to the crowd, though. Happy birthday, Shelly. I mean, happy birthday, nerd. How you doing? Sorry I couldn't make the show today. I got wrapped up with work, and then I got wrapped up with putting the show together, because guess what we're going to talk about tonight? Starting out on the Ryan Routh, the would-be assassin, Trump assassin. His evidence came out and a letter came out. So I want to go through that with you guys. It's breaking news. And thank you, Wolfram, for dropping these links. And remember to always listen to the Wolf. He knows what he's talking about. He wipes his paws, looks in the house, and he is here, y'all. All right. Hey, look, there is T-Rex Trucking and more. What up, weirdos? How you doing, T-Rex? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're out there trucking across America safe and sound. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate you understanding. I did have intentions of being there, and it just got away from me. So I hope it went well and you guys had a good time. Here we are on the kickoff show. And yeah, the big breaking news of the day is Ryan Routh's evidence. More evidence comes out, evidence released, including a letter that he wrote that we need to go over. And I need just to pull up the correct playlist. I put a little let's see. I put a little this little like news clips of it here. Oh shoot. Hold on. All right, let me go back. And but I did also find it online. Like we could read through everything ourselves. I kind of like really want to do that. But let me we can summarize it and then kind of read through it. Let me see. Newest added. Boom. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay. Let's see if to watch later. Maybe. It doesn't matter. It's everywhere. I can find it. All right. I'll just wait for that to decide to do its thing here. So you got this rolling over here. We're good on Rumble, guys. Excited for this new book tonight. It's really gonna be awesome. Let me see here. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here's every page of it. We'll just do it this way. Let's see, I'm just getting it right here. Okay. This is dated from today. These are the documents. Scratched off serial number. We've gotten a lot of this. All right, yeah, we'll just roll through this. Okay, and I'm gonna pull it up right now. Guess this works, huh? All right. Everybody can read that, okay? Don't like doing it this way. Oh, there we go. Now I have to get a little bit over to the side there. All right, this might work. All right, here we are. This is coming out of his pre-trial detention hearing. You know, he's trying to get. They're trying to decide whether to give this guy bail or not. Can you believe that? I'm like, no, you don't get to go back out when you show up with a weapon to a golf course, tried to assassinate the would-be president, the soon-to-be president, the former president. See the perimeter. We've seen a lot of this stuff already. The perimeter and like where he was and all that stuff. So we've seen a lot of this already. We've covered this. What I really want to get to is the well, there's this little. He had tiles in here, like right here. He had tiles, and he thought that was going to protect them from bullets. It's like it's not very smart. That's his GoPro, and there's another bag, I guess, full of tiles. I don't know. There's the weapon right there on the ground. I don't know what else he has down there. Backpack containing plates. Subsequent preliminary ballistics testing showed the plates were capable of stopping small arms fire. Okay, so whatever. The photo below shows the obliterated serial number. I guess that's up top there. Right there, I guess. All right, there. So we know pretty much all this. He tried to exit in his old Nissan and got caught by a yeah, I thought they were tiles too. I don't know, something like that. He had plates in there that were supposed to stop small arm fire. So he thought he was going to get away with this. Yeah, he also thought he was going to get away. We're going to find that out here in a second. There is the weapon itself. So for all my weapons experts out there in the crowd, that's what he was planning on using. Anything you guys, Wolfram, anybody else who knows these weapons, anything that you see that jumps out at you about this? Kind of wild, isn't it? It looks so crappy. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's going to get the job done, but it just looks really crappy to me. I don't know whether it's just the way that the site's put on or what. What are you seeing here, my experts in the crowd? All right, let me know. Let's see. Part of this investigation, FBI agents recently reviewed a book apparently authored by Routh in February 2023 titled Ukraine's Unwinnable War, The Fatal Flaw of Democracy, World Abandonment of the Global Citizen, Taiwan, Afghanistan, North Korea, World War III, and the End of Humanity. Interesting title. That's really long. In the book, Routh stated that he must take part of the blame for the person that we elected for our next president that ended up being brainless. but I am man enough to say that I misjudged and made a terrible mistake. And Iran, I apologize. You are free to assassinate Trump as well as for me for that error in judgment and the dismantling of the deal. No one here in the U.S. seems to have the balls to put natural selection to work, even unnatural selection. Whoa. So T-Rex Trucking and more says, no, he has ceramic tiles, which is what soldiers call plate armor to stop high caliber rifle rounds, as opposed to soft armor, which you see police wearing to stop small arms like pistols. Well, in here, well, this is what they are saying. Let me see here. The backpack and shopping bags both contain plates. Subsequent preliminary ballistics testing shows the plates were capable of stopping small arms fire. Whatever that means. There you go. Little shopping bag and a backpack. You know, he's low budget. Low budget. And, you know, we're gonna find out here in a second that he put a price on Trump's head that he could have never paid. That's even more delusional stuff going on with this guy. On September 18th, 2024, law enforcement was contacted by a civilian witness. Okay, so we know about that part. Stated that Routh had dropped off. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, dropped off a box at his residence several months prior. This is odd. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Hey, Latine, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, so this is odd. Here's the odd thing about this: a civilian witness stated that Routh, people call him Routh. I guess it's Routh. Okay, I'll say it right. Had dropped off a box at his residence several months prior. Like, he dropped off a box. Here, I'm dropping off a box. Okay, well, I'll just hang on to your weird mystery box for you. After learning of the September 15th, 2024 incident at Trump International, the witness opened the box. Wow, I think I should have opened this box. This maniac guy just dropped it off at my house, gave me several months ago. I just didn't bother to get around to it. That's weird. I guess we'll find out more about that. The witness states the box contained ammunition, a metal pipe, miscellaneous building materials, tools, 4 phones, and various letters. That's straight. Various letters. Now, one handwritten letter addressed to the world stated, among other things, this was an assassination. This was a assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you. I tried my best and gave it all the gumption I could muster. It's up to you now to finish the job. I will offer $150,000 to whomever can complete the job. How is he going to pay that? How is he going to pay that? I mean, and he did this several months earlier. So what you're going to find out is he was actually stalking Trump for several months. So everybody who said that he just found out where to be at the right time, because of this or that or whatever reason they came up with, jumped the shark a little bit there. We find out through cell phone records and other evidence, he was actually waiting for the day. So he was running around there, I guess, because he's, I don't know, he had the money sleeping in his car. I don't know what he was doing, but he was waiting for the right time to do it. So he had it all nice and planned out. The witness took a photograph of the first page of the handwritten letter as shown below. All right, so this is the thing, and I'll say this before I start reading it. It's only the first page. It's only the first page. So I want to see the rest of the pages before I make a conclusion about what it means. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of media outlets and establishment media concluded, they're going ahead and making a conclusion based on one page. Well, I don't do that stuff. I gotta wait. But here it is. Dear world, this was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I am so sorry I failed you. Now, this was months ago. He wrote this letter to the world. What is this? The guy who opened the box must have had instructions, I believe. It sounds like, I don't know, but it sounds like he had instructions not to open it unless something went down. So I'm feeling like the guy who turned this in and said, "Well, I just opened it. I decided just to open it." He may be questioned pretty hard about that, and we may find out that he eventually will say, "Yeah, well, he told me to open it if I ever saw him on the news, or told me to open it if something happened to him." So I figured, well, he's in jail. He's probably not getting out, so I'll go ahead and open it. I don't know why anybody had that kind of trust in him. I would think that this person, whoever it is, would have had a deeper relationship than what is being reported right now. So hang tight on that. More to come, I'm sure. I gave it all the, he says, but I tried my best and gave it all the gumption I could muster. It is up to you now to finish the job, and I will offer $150,000 to whomever can complete the job. He doesn't have $150,000. So I don't know what he thinks, or how he's going to give it to him if he failed. I mean, what does this mean? Did he try one time and fail? I mean, it doesn't seem like a guy that gives up that easy. So everyone across the globe, from the youngest to the oldest, know that Trump is unfit to be anything, much less a U.S. president. Yeah, he's just a decades-long successful businessman and celebrity that the world loved up until, most of the world loved up until 2016, and then the all the establishmentarians, the ones under their establishment narrative mind control, started hating him thanks to a slander campaign that compared him to Hitler, among other things, and calling him a fascist and a dictator and all things that he's not. Because we've had 4 years of him, so he obviously wasn't any of those things. I think people just, how soon they forget, eh? Anyways, he goes on and says, much less a president, U.S. presidents must be, at bare minimum, embody the moral fabric that is America, and be kind, caring, and selfless, and always stand for humanity. Trump failed to understand any of, that's it. That's where it stops up. So why do we only get 1 page of this? I don't like that. But we've heard this same rhetoric from him before in videos: kind, caring, and selfless, and humanity. These are the things he thinks that he embodies. And somehow he believes that, I guess, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris embody these things when they just pay lip service to it, but their actions, their results do not land them in these categories here. So that's the letter that's been put out. And I can't draw any conclusions from this letter, honestly, other than he was planning this for a long time. He felt like it was his duty to do so, and it's other people's duty to do so, to the point where he's going to offer a sum of money that he doesn't have to whoever completes the job. He really this is another example of someone who just really thinks everybody else around them is stupid. And they can't figure shit out. Like, okay, yeah, somebody wrote a letter and he failed to do it, and we all know he doesn't have any money, but he's got $150,000 stashed away to somehow get to you for doing the job. Are you actually going to accept the money from him if you did something like this? Oh yeah, I did it. So where's my money? This guy is deranged. Dumbass is one of the ones that doesn't understand. He's like a bulimic person when they look in the mirror. Bulimic. I've never heard that word. Help me. He uses older than boomer language, gumption, right? He must have heard that from his parents growing up or something. Oh, I mean, anorexic. Virtual dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. There we go. Bulimic. Okay, learning words. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? All right, so that's his letter. And like I said, I think that this still speaks to, he says moral fabric, right? Well, when he was talking in his videos about moral fabric and in some of his X posts, again, relating to people not needing, and peace, caring, kind, caringness, and selflessness, humanity, all were in reference to the Ukraine-Russia war, because again, he views Russia as the ultimate evil. I I think that yes, we knew that he was going to try to do here. Obviously, he's been planning it for a while, but I'm still think I'm gonna. I mean, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I still believe he took this on himself because he believes that we have to crush Russia and destroy them, right? By all means, and literally, like his book says, his title of his book says up here, uh, World War III and the End of Humanity, right? Uh, so I'm interested what this book says. I'm not going to be reading it on Unrig the Game, but I'm really interested what it says. I think that we're going to find out this guy was just completely Russia collusion hoax, and all of the narratives that came out of that collusion hoax about Putin, Russia, boogeyman, all that stuff, all the reasons, you know, for the Ukraine war and for sending money to Ukraine. All these were combined in his decision to take things upon himself. Of course, he took things upon himself to try to join in the fight against Russia. He was denied. So he took things upon himself once more to start a recruitment drive that included some of these people he mentioned here, Afghanis and so on, people from around the world that I'll help put you in the right division. I'll help get you in the right unit. How is he going to do that? It makes it seem like he's more connected to these things than he really was. It was just really just a nutcase on the side trying to get people to come there and fight. And he has had his own delusional kind of mission going on. Kind of like many things we see that people do like this, you know, they believe they have some big group going on and they have some big mission going on when really it's just them by themselves. Kind of like that Omni Coalition guy. He thought they were really making a difference. It's just him and a bunch of other people he added to a list that they didn't ask for it. Right, nerd? Nerd was in the Omni Coalition. He didn't even know it. Oh, geez, that guy. All right. So, the handwriting goes on to state that the handwritten letter goes on to state in part, Trump, ended relations with Iran like a child, and now the Middle East has unraveled. So he blamed him for also ending relations with Iran. Oh yeah, he didn't. You think that Iran just needs to we need to give him billions of dollars? What the? Oh, dude. Let's see. On or about December 20th, 2002, Routh was convicted, and we know this part, Greensboro, North Carolina, possession of a weapon of mass destruction, a binary explosive device, in violation of section of North Carolina General Statute, Class F felony. Class F felonies in North Carolina are punishable by terms of up to 59 months incarceration. Did he get it? On or about March 3rd, 2010, Routh was convicted of multiple counts of possession of stolen goods in violation of the section, of the North Carolina General Statute and Class H. How many classes they got for felonies? Class H felony. Class H felonies in North Carolina are punishable by terms of imprisonment up to 39 months incarcerated. Okay, that's that. Okay, this is decertifying it. Do we miss anything? All right, I'm gonna pull up some of the we done here? Yeah. I'm gonna pull up some of the news reports because they go into some of the other details that aren't on here, like the cell phone data. Unless I skipped over it. Let me just scroll back. There again, there's the weapon. Did you notice anything, Wolfram? Any of my experts in the crowd? Where's Jacob Castro? Jacob. I need Jacob here. As well to add to it. Add to it. Not hack to it. Add to it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, he had been told by Ukraine to go pound sand. They didn't want him there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He was too old and had no military experience. He's just big stuff up in his head, doesn't he? Yeah, let's see. We got a conversation about dysmorphia going on. He had delusions of grandeur, is what it was. Delusions of grandeur. That's what I would call this. Let's see. Fingerprints. Oh, here we go. FBI obtained cell site records for 2 of the cell phones found in the Nissan Xterra, which is a pretty nice truck, actually. Let's see. The two cell phones are serviced by different carriers that utilize different cell towers. Let's see. The analysis shows Routh traveled from Greensboro, North Carolina area to West Palm Beach, Florida on August 14th, 2024. On multiple days and times from August 18th to September 15th, almost a month of stalking and surveillance. Routh's cell phone access cell towers near Trump International and the former president's residence at Mar-a-Lago. So this guy was stalking around for a long time. He just didn't set up until he knew Trump was playing golf. So he must have seen the motorcade leave Mar-a-Lago. This is my guess. Seen the motorcade after stalking forever for a month. That is almost a month. And then said, okay, he's going to play golf. So he had already probably cased out the golf course, decided where he was going to set up, right? And then got in position and waited for him to come around. Luckily, the Secret Service were on the money that day, and I can't wait to hear from the guy, if we ever do, who saw this muzzle sticking through a fence and took action. Wow, what eyesight! You got to have good eyesight to be in the Secret Service, evidently, because that might have been a hard look. I don't know what it looks like on the other side though, but maybe it was really more obvious than I believe, right? But it seems like, man, he really did a good job here. Civilian witness. Okay, yeah, we covered all this stuff. So let's get to some of the news reports and see what they're saying out there about this. So that is the new evidence and some new information on Ryan Routh. Ryan Routh, the would-be Trump assassin. It did not happen for Mr. Ukraine derangement, and thank God it didn't. So let me go ahead and find you some of the things that I was looking at today. That should be manual. Who's that? Okay, we'll leave that there. History? Here we go. Okay. Let's take a look at this one right here. One second. All right. It's a nice and more thorough one than some of the other ones I've seen on local news. All right, coming at you. Let's see. He apparently did not even return fire at them, but since he had to be called in on later from them to find him, my guess is he didn't, because he thought he would be able to get away and come back later. Makes sense. I mean, he left all his shit there, so I'm guessing he had other weapons stashed somewhere. Cool gamer, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Okay, you're just in time for this news report. I just read through everything, but we're going to listen to it from another perspective. Let's go.
This is a Fox News alert. In about 2 hours, the suspect in the second assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump will be back in federal court, where a judge will determine whether he can be released on bail.
Brooke Sigmund has brand new reporting that has come out in the last half hour about the suspect's movements and a note he wrote long before the attempt. Brooke?
Yeah, that's right, guys. So Ryan Routh will appear in a West Palm Beach courtroom today at 11 a.m. Eastern time. This is the DOJ releases this letter from Routh where he says, quote, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump." Now, this letter came from a civilian that contacted police after they say Routh dropped off a box at their house several months prior to the attempt. After learning of the incident, the witness opened this box and found ammunition with the letter that also says he will offer $150,000 to whoever can, quote, complete the job if he failed. The DOJ also saying Routh had 6 cell phones and 2 license plates, and his internet history revealed he looked up Trump locations into October and had to travel from Palm Beach to Mexico. Last week, he was charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. The charges came after a Secret Service agent noticed what appeared to be a rifle poking out of a chain-link fence at former President Trump's Florida golf course while Trump was golfing. The Secret Service agent fired in that direction of the rifle. A witness spotted Routh then fleeing from the area, and he was arrested shortly after. Now, the two charges carry a combined maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, but federal prosecutors say stronger charges could be coming. Meanwhile, the House has unanimously passed a bill to enhance Secret Service protection for presidential candidates, and that bill is now heading to the Senate. Guys.
Brooke, thank you very much.
So many questions.
No kidding. So months ago, Routh drops off at somebody's house a box, and the person didn't open it until Routh popped up in the news. So obviously, this is just pure conjecture, but obviously it seems like, just like in the movies, dropped the box off and said, hey, if anything happens to me, open the box. And in the box, ammo, a metal pipe, building materials, tools.
Yeah, right. But that guy didn't say that. He said he just decided to do it. That makes him sketch. 4
phones, various letters. What's interesting is it sounds like he had no intentions of being killed by return fire, because he was trying to figure out how to get to Mexico. The plates on the Nissan not registered, actually, that car. So he had a bunch of extra plates. He had 2 additional license plates. He had 6 cell phones in all. He had 12 pairs of gloves.
What's questionable, though, is in this letter, it says this was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you. I tried my best, gave it all my gumption that I could muster. So does that mean he's tried in the past, or was he talking about this latest one?
He failed. Ainsley, I also think, based on this letter, can we stop saying we don't know the motive? I mean, it's pretty clear in the letter what his motive and why he decided to do this and who was the intended target. I'm so sick of these press conferences where they come out for us and go, we don't know.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree with you, brah. I don't think that letter told us enough. I mean, I don't think it told us enough about why he thought he didn't have the moral fiber. I mean, that's the thing. I think that's what the problem was. I think in Routh's mind, in Ryan's mind, right, that if you don't want to flatten Moscow and turn it to rubble and put Putin in the grave, then you don't have moral fiber. Because you don't have care, and you don't have empathy and whatever, all the other shit he was saying, and humanity, because Putin represents the ultimate evil, which is the narrative from the Russia collusion hoax and the lead up to the Ukraine war. And the Ukraine war, they've ran the similar slander campaign against Russia and Trump and Putin as they have Trump in different ways, right? They've archetyped evil and put Putin's face on it next to all the great dictators of history who have created massive death and destruction in their wake, right? Hey, Indy, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so that I don't think that one page of this tells us anything. And again, I'm curious about his book, right? Oh God, it must be a nightmare to read it. I mean, it might be entertaining. I don't know. Can we find the book? We'll try to find the book. I don't know if it's out there, but I'd like to. Now I got to know. Now I got to know. So I'll try to find the book, and maybe we'll just, I'll see if I can find it by tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we don't know his motivations. We don't know why he decides to do that. He spelled it out as what we would call in the legal field or criminal justice field as his manifesto. This is
you can call it a manifesto, but I think one page of it doesn't give you nearly enough information about it. But that's just my opinion.
Manifesto. He even tells the person if he can't finish it, he asked someone else to finish it, and then he was going to give him, I think, $150,000. So this is.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is this guy making any sense to you? I mean, I get where he's coming from, but when you hear him talk and you hear him go through what he's saying, is he making a point, or is he just saying a bunch of words? I've listened to this twice now, and I haven't. I'm sure he's a great guy, right? But yeah, he seems like he just wants to be right, but I don't understand where he's getting his smoking gun evidence from. Smoking gun proof from. I don't get it. I'll rewind it again. I want y'all's opinion, right? I want y'all let's go back to this. All right.
Manifesto. He even tells the person if he can't finish it, he asked someone else to finish it, and that he was going to give him, I think, $150,000. So this is a manifesto. We know the motive now. We should stop saying we don't know.
They'll have to.
What the motive was always to kill him. Okay, so but we don't know why he decided to do that. That's the real motive, right? We know what the intention was. The intention was to kill him, but we don't know what his prime driving motivation was. He just mentioned moral fiber. He goes, everybody knows he didn't have the moral fiber to be anything, much less president of the United States. And then he spells out like why, care, kindness, caring, and other things that he said in the letter itself, as what he thinks that means. But from reading his ex post and from listening to his interviews or his videos that he's in, right, he refers to he uses those words when he's referring to the side of Ukraine, and that we have to eliminate Putin, we have to eliminate Russia as a whole. Like, he was into World War III. He wanted it to happen by trying to recruit fighters from all around the world, right? Try to include every country in the world. He thought every country should be involved in this war. He thought, nuclear weapons were on the table. And he said many times he wasn't going to rest until Moscow was in rubble and Putin was 6 feet under. So I'm still gonna stand by my theory that it was this that drove him, and it wasn't necessarily that that people had just convinced him that Trump was a bad person. I think that reason was that he thought Trump was a bad person because he wouldn't just flatten Russia, and like he was trying to work with them, right? But think about it like this: the war in Ukraine didn't start until after 2020, correct? I mean, of course, it spun up earlier than that. The kinetic war, the active war, the hot war didn't start until after Trump was out of office. So there's something to consider there too. This all happened within a span of months. Several months ago, he drops the box off. So that's probably when he started out on this mission. He spent a month. Stalking and collecting intel and trying to figure out his plot, his plan, how he's going to do it. He had plenty of time to work on that, day in and day out, thinking about 24/7. So you have that. I'm so sick of hearing that motive is to kill or assassinate when it's just using it as a general motive. Yeah, it's the intention, right? His intention. Killing someone is not a motive, right? It's not. His motive is that he's been indoctrinated with how much of a threat to democracy Trump is, and probably various countries and their leaders, right? Well, that's what most people are going with, like, threat to democracy stuff. I mean, honestly, if you listen to what I'm saying, is I really think that it's deeper than that. Maybe in his mind, a threat to democracy is not eliminating and totally destroying Russia and Putin. Like, I mean, when you spend that many years on the same mission, right? And you make those kind of videos and you say those kind of things in print to people, it's really obvious where your mind's at least. Threat to democracy, all the other things, it's not he's going to do this to people. He's going to do that to people. His mind was completely on the Ukraine-Russia conflict. He's completely on defeating Russia by the worst possible way, not having them surrender, not peacefully, not working out on ceasefire. He didn't want that. What he wanted was rubble and coffins. That's what he wanted. So, I mean, I've showed the evidence for that theory. So it still remains to be seen. I mean, we could still end up reading the rest of the letter or hearing from him that he felt like, he was a threat to democracy and had no moral fiber. So I had to do something about it. So maybe he went off the Ukraine-Russia narrative. I just feel like from everything I've seen that's at the root cause of his insanity and what drove him to do this. So, I mean, well, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, but I think right now it's still on the table. Let's see. What else you guys saying out there? Let's finish this.
Prove that he actually wrote this letter, that this was actually Routh. Right. And what attempt is he talking about? Is there another one that he tried and he failed? And also today, the judge is going to decide if he can be released on bail. We interviewed Jonathan Turley. He said, I doubt it. He probably will hold him, but he's being held for having a gun, even as a felon, which is illegal, and then taking off the serial number of the gun, but not charged yet with anything, with any stricter laws like trying to assassinate a president or trying to assassinate a Secret Service officer. So the Attorney General for the state of Florida, she has said that they are expecting more charges against him.
At the very least, it shows premeditation. It
Correct.
shows that he had
Intent.
a plan. And so let's see where they go with it, because now it's in the ball is in the Fed's court to figure out the new charges. But clearly, even on those two charges, gun charges that he's being held on, he could wind up in prison for over 20 years.
Yeah, for
That'd be
just those
fine.
two charges.
Yeah.
If these other charges are added, could be for life.
I'm Steve Ducey.
Go.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
That guy's last name makes me laugh every time I hear it. I'm Brian, kill me. That's kind of funny. I know, man. I mean, that's what everybody's going with, but I just really feel like it's the easy answer. I just really feel like it's just a little bit, I mean, that's part of the narrative, right? It's boxed him in, but I just think that when, the finals, that's just me, man. Maybe I'm on an island here, but I really feel like it's got a lot to do with him being the one that was going to get the Russia-Ukraine conflict settled without Russia being flattened and Putin being dead. I mean, I don't know how many times I can say it or prove it, but I've laid out my case. And the truth of the matter is like none of us are going to know until it happens, right? Until we finally get that information. And I'm sure that, part of it, if the mainstream media hadn't whipped him up into a frenzy, okay. So I see what you're saying, Lex. I think that we can both agree about that, but the threat to democracy thing is, I think that it's really, what does he mean by threat to democracy? Because he won't take out Putin and won't launch nukes at Russia. I mean, that could be what he's thinking. That's just my take on it. I think we're all kind of in agreement that the mainstream media is capable in this. The establishment is capable in this. Like, it wasn't just the mainstream media that had been saying these things. It's Hillary Clinton. It's the Democrat establishment. I mean, it's everybody on the establishment side's been saying the same damn thing over and over again since 2016. Right. And then with Ukraine war, they have to, manufacture consent for all the money they're going to pour over there, which is probably getting laundered in a lot of different directions as well. And plus, guess who profits when they make more weapons of war, right? The military industrial complex, right? They're making their money. So I'm sure there's kickbacks for that as well. There's a lot of things going on here, but I think we can agree that, Routh is a dope. For sure. I mean, mentally ill, all kinds of words you can think for that. And that the mainstream media is capable in whipping up him and many people into frenzies and just creating that mind control blockage where the people won't see anything but what they've been told to see. They won't seek out or listen to any information outside of their establishment narrative. I think we can all agree on that. I think we all can. Feds typically just charge enough to hold some money and then they pile on more charges later. Let's go. Throw away the key. Hell yeah. Apparently notifications to your channel were turned off for me. Oh no. Well, hopefully they're turned back on. Good to see you, Memento. How you doing, man? Fires up the nuclear reactor, old Sparky. Steve Ducey is Peter Ducey's dad. Okay. White House press pool for Fox. All right. Everybody say hi to Memento. I see you're doing that already. All right. There is a point that they admit who gets the money because they were being badgered about sending money to Ukraine when Americans needed that money. No, and so many other places, right? Talk about the money, right? Talk about the money. I mean, they got our money going in all kinds of different directions. In fact, if again, the trailer for tonight's over on Rumble, the trailer, it's going to be the same one every week. So if you didn't catch it tonight, you can catch it next Monday. But he talks about that. He talks about that in that. Let's see. Hold on. Did I actually include that part in the clip? I think I did. But yeah, actually, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't add that to the clip. But anyways, he will talk about it in his book. He'll talk about all this stuff. Very interesting book, man. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, I'm still here. Just had do something real quick. All right, cool. We are not sending money to Ukraine. It's going to Americans working in factories making the weapons in Ukraine. Ukraine needs. Sorry, we're not. So we don't send any money over there. Let's see. The politicians said, "All right, we are sending." Well, we are sending any money to Ukraine. It's going to Americans that work in factories making weapons. So that's where all the money that they've budgeted, all the money they try to do, it's not necessarily going to Ukraine. It's going to people in factories. That's the first I've heard of that. Let's see. Anything else I need to look at here? Let's see. Look over here. Oh, this is so good. I gotta show you guys. I haven't even seen it yet, but it's 15 seconds of cringe. Let me just pull it up. What's Biden up to these days? Let's see. It's got a rating on it, but I'm gonna play it anyways. Let's see what it says. I'll look at that in a second. I know that it's been clipped a little short, but here we go. I mean, I think it has to do with not the clip, but it has to do with the tweet itself. So here we go. Let me pull this up on stage. What's Biden up to, you ask? Holy Max Mura, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'll get right back to that. Let me just play this real quick.
You know, I thought when I got to be president, I get to do things that.
Hold on. It's really low. Turn your volume up.
You know, I thought when I got to be president, I get to do things that I want to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do. But I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women, young kids out there that are out there, come on up and do this for me. Stand behind me when we do this. Come on.
Can you guys even hear that?
I thought when I got to be president, I get to do things that I want.
It's really low. I don't know if that you can hear it. Sorry about that. He said, you know, I thought when I got to be president, I get to do all the things I really want to do. And oh my God. I wanted to do it, but now they're telling me that I can't do it. But I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women and young kids, come up on stage. Come on up. You couldn't hear it? Okay. Max Mura, I got to see what you're saying. What's going on, man? Believe it or not, Max has black friends. No way. One black friend is 70-year-old retired pro basketball player. He called me last week, angry and gloating about the second attempt. Really? He said, that's what you get for running your mouth. He was so into himself, he did not carefully listen to my sarcastic reply. Yeah, but yeah, just like MLK. And for good measures, I added, Lincoln got what he deserved too. He left confused. Max. Oh, Max crushed it. Max crushed it. How you doing, my friend? So awesome to see you. Thank you for coming by and saying hello, man. It's awesome. Always great to when Max Mura comes by. Dude, yeah. More to be told, but I just wanted to make sure you had the breaking news on this tonight. We got to talk about it. I didn't think there was anything conclusive about yeah, right. Max is a trip. I don't think there's anything conclusive about the letter. I wouldn't jump to conclusions or sharks, but you know, jump the shark or anything like that. But I let you guys know. I put it out there because there's gonna be plenty of people now that are gonna run clickbait headlines and titles, and in fact, they already are. So you know, here's the funniest thing, dude. Like, watch. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Let me just scroll on in here. Just pull this up right here. Pull this right here. I'm going to scroll back. You see what that says right here? It says DOJ warns there is a $150,000 bounty on. Let's see. We'll click in. I'm not going to listen to it. Okay. On Trump's head. As InfoWars broke Saturday, the DHS now confirms there's been others. Okay, we know that. Everybody got that. Nobody broke it. It was already out there. But look, we just read it came from Routh, and it was in the letter. So where do you get off saying the DOJ warns there's 100? Oh my God, why? Why do you do this? We can all just stay based, man. We can all just stay based. We don't have to jump the shark every freaking day. I don't get it. I don't get it, but you're going to see other headlines like that out there, I'm sure. But this crowd right here, if you're here, man, you're the base crowd. You know what's going on. You're way ahead of the game, and we don't have to worry about what other people try to do for attention. All right. Let's see. Got that. Go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and jump over here in a second. One more thing to do. Two more. All right. There we are. Let's see what else we got. Mimsy, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Awesome to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. All right. Let's see. What did you say? I.e., the second something happens when you say Grifter is saying, quick spread the net. Who else can we talk about claiming it's all connected? Right. Oh, was that information on the bounty posted on the Department of Homeland Security internal bulletin board? You're being funny, right? No, it came straight out of that letter, man. You saw it. I'm sure you've already seen the letter. It's literally on the letter. Like, hold on, I got a still shot of it. Let's just take a look. Yeah, this does. You know what? Now that I look closer, this does look like the DHS bulletin board, doesn't it? Right there, it is. Right there. There it is. Look. That was straight off the bulletin board. The Department of Justice reported this. No, it was this guy right here, Wacky Ryan Routh. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, Lord, help me, Lord, help me. All right, with the silliness. We're gonna jump right at the hour mark, so we're cool. Yeah, by the way, this is the kickoff show tonight. We're gonna read Max. If you haven't done any of the audiobooks with us over on Rumble, you might really like this audiobook. It's called Big and Tell by J. Michael Waller. He did an interview with Tucker Carlson a few months back. It was really good, very enlightening about the deep state plans for 2024. He's a former CIA guy, and he lays out like how the CIA and FBI, how our intelligence services became corrupted. And I listened to a little bit of it. He kind of branches it out into there's two different really branches, so operations and analytics. And the operations side is more the base side, and the analytics side is more the woke side. But he talks about like, well, man, you guys are going to be amazed by this. Like, where does this come from? Well, you start subverting them in education, and then by the time they grow up, they're already corrupt. Where have you heard that before? I mean, wow, man. How about that? Tax-free Max Mira. Yeah. T-Rex is tax-free. He does not pay property tax. He won't do it. He never will. He refuses to do it. And you can't blame him. You really can't blame him. Oh, one more to go. All right. Okay. So yeah, I would love for someone to analyze his handwriting. Would probably be labeled he was off his rocker. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm not a handwriting expert or anything like that. I wouldn't know how to do that, but that's a good idea. I'd like to hear about that as well. He didn't have to cross out any letters or like rewrite it. I don't know how many times he did write it. But I mean, there's more than one page. It literally cuts off at the bottom. So there's more missing. Why would this guy send one photo of one page? Like this whole letter is in the whole box of goodies, the mystery box that stayed unopened for months is sus, man. I'm not saying that it's a CIA inside job or anything like that. I'm saying that the guy involved, he's got some splaining to do for sure. His story doesn't check out with me right now, but I'm like, again, I'm only getting, this is basically a form of hearsay right now until he talks. We'll have to figure out why he didn't send more of the letter and why he waited so long to open the box. And I really think that, yeah, it was like, if something happens to me, open the box. Wow, you got arrested for. So I guess that something happened to you. Let's see, if we want to jump the shark, we could just say it's the IRS that is going after Trump, since he's basically eliminating the need for them by cutting taxes, like no tax on tips, and now saying none on overtime. Yeah, I hope he does the same for yearly bonuses too. I did tweet at him about that. Of course, I didn't expect a response at all, but I'm saying, well, if he just scans over it and sees it, or somebody in his, his campaign does, they may say, hey, you can add this too. That would be nice. Boy, so many people would jump on that, wouldn't they? I mean, when you're eliminating those kind of taxes, and then he's also adding these kind of cap interest charges on credit cards to like 10% for an extended amount of time or a limited amount of time or something. I mean, either way, it's going to help people. So, these are plans, solid plans. I don't know if you saw it. Actually, I was going to talk about this tomorrow night, but Kamala HQ, the X account for Kamala Harris, did put out a what do you call it? An image, right? An image of Harris's plan, right? And I'm going to break that down tomorrow night on Winning 2024. It's got 5 bullet points, and we're going to go through a couple of these. I mean, some of them are just ridiculous as can be, and they don't say anything at all. But one of them I found very interesting. The first bullet point: build 3 million affordable new rental units and homes. So we're going to go over that first thing tomorrow, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff on Winning 2024. If you're not going to be joining us, by the way, now that I think about it, I have to go get the dang links in the chat. All right, let me do that. Refresh. If you're not going to be joining us to read over on Rumble and X, then please come back tomorrow night and join us for Winning 2024. Like, we'll break down all the latest news and election news. We'll go on Rig Watch. We'll probably hear more about the Routh stuff. But I'm going to go over some of this stuff about Kamala. I'm going to play some bass clips from Vivek that I've made. They're out there on X right now. But he's saying, dude, let's stick to in this last leg of the race. He keeps saying it. It makes sense. Let's stick to the issues. Let's talk about what we stand for. And it's a change of pace, right? It really is a change of pace, and it may be a little late for some people, but we really need to talk about what we stand for and find ways to do that. So I'm going to try to find ways to do that. I'm going to try to find ways to put out shorts or put out clips that do that. So I'm going to listen and try to do at least add that to the repertoire, right? So let me go ahead and get this ready for you guys. I got to put those links out there so you can follow us to Rumble Next. Whoa, hello, Bold. I didn't even realize you could put Bold in stop. All right. Oh my God. So funny. Oh, there we go. Okay, turned it off. And that's saved in the description of the video. And here it comes straight at you in the chat, pinned to the top of the chat. So you could follow us to Rumble and X to read chapters 1 through 3. And these are short chapters. That's why we're doing 1 through 3. Chapters 1 through 3 of Big Intel by J. Michael Waller. Eye-opening look inside the intelligence community. And he does have solutions. Of course, that's why it's on Unrig the Game. We always read books that include solutions. So he has solutions for this. They're pretty base. Like, I guess he's got a good insight on it, better than most of us. So we'll go check it out. I'm excited for this read. So everything's pinned up. We're ready to go. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the kickoff show here on YouTube. We're now going to be going exclusively to Rumble and X. Thank you to everyone. I hope to see you there. When you get there, make sure you say hello so I can say hello back, and then we'll begin reading shortly. But and if you don't follow us over there, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Stay basic, keep on winning. If not, let's go over to Rumble, guys. Later, YouTube.
Man, everyone's tensed up for a Rumble.